Hello everybody, welcome to the Kaiju Cave. We're going to have us a Gamera figure review day today. Pretty much got a buffet of figures out here before your eyes. This is my vintage Gamera figure assortment, and I'm just going to pretty much go through these figures as briskly and as accurately as I can, starting from the back here, left to right. That's how we're going to go. These figures are all 1970 through 1989, I believe is the latest one. If I'm incorrect on anything, you guys please, point it out. But best of my knowledge and all my friends in the Kaiju fandom, these are all pretty much vintage, authentic, original figures. That's what I try to collect. I try to stay away from any kind of reproductions at all. Sometimes it does get hard. Sometimes you got to be a little more patient, but in my opinion, it does pay off to have the original real McCoy as opposed to the reproductions. Okay, enough of that. Let's start with my personal favorite back here. The one I started with was the Nitto Gamera. This is the standard size version. Good size to him. Sculpt is tremendous in my opinion. Again, we got the Sofube style. This is the vintage style it goes on. Not like the, suit accurate stuff that we love today, which I love too. But these guys were more artistic piece of the character. And I really like this Gamera here. Thanks, Eric. Eric Boschnip. Believe is how you pronounce your name. If I'm botching it, Eric, I'm really sorry, man. He actually hooked me up with this. The markings for you. This was one that was actually, get that dust off a little bit. He needs a little bath. This one was actually featured on an episode of Comic Book Men, and the gentleman that brought it in there, kid I should say, that brought it in there, it didn't have any markings on the feet, and they had a huge build-up. Had a little toy collector guy in there. They were saying this guy could go for $1,000 if he was original. I've never seen it go for that much. I think it's kind of crazy, but needless to say, the one that the kid had was not original. He had no markings on his feet. A company named Slash did reproduce these figures and did put them out, and they are hard to tell the difference, I'll be quite honest. The smell, I know that sounds pretty wild, is a good way to tell the difference. Also, this figure has stickiness to it. Again, you just can tell sometimes. Sometimes it's very hard to tell. Very, very hard to tell, but end rant with that. Let's move on. In the back here, going left to right, this is the standard Nitto or Nitto. I don't really know how you pronounce that. I've always said Nitto. This is the Nitto Barugon. Standard size. It's like somebody kind of took to coloring him a little bit. It's got a little greenish kind of coming through, and I kind of noticed that, kids color on these things. There's no limits back in the day. But Barugon, I don't know if you guys, know this or not, but I'm a huge fan of that movie. It's one of my favorite Kaiju movies of all time. So I was really happy to have him to go with my standard Gamera back there. He's got the classic little X pattern on his back there. Spikes on his legs. Belly's got a dark brown going on. He's really sticky as the way that he came. Still good and tight though, and all his horns are attached. A lot of times these horns get broke, especially this one will be broke off. Let's see, there's his markings right there. They all have the Dai copyright, if they're legit, I reckon. Cool figure, really like him. Some people display him on all fours like this, but he's actually referred to as the puppy dog version among a lot of collectors, and I like just standing him upright. That's, I think, how he looks the best. Moving right along here, we're going to come to the standard size Zigra. The Nitto Zigra. Really, really like this toy. Man, Zigra is an underrated monster. He really is. Underrated suit. He has got a lot of neat figures out. This is one of my personal favorites too. Just look at that space shark. Really nice design, how sharp he is. Good lines. Look at the detail in him. Goes from that shark-esque kind of thing to a reptilian style. And you know, all this detail is done usually one man at a time doing the sculpting and all the nice details and everything. They're assembled by several people, but the sculpting, you know, itself is just one man at a time. Nice plates. This is a very, very, very cool figure. A lot of fans of the Nitto Sofube really like this standard Zigra here. They have a medium and a mini size version too, but I believe that this one here is the best out of them all. Love that red eye. Love all the shapes and swirls all going on him. Just a really, really cool figure. And I just used to not even like these figures at all. Used to think they were silly. Used to think, why would anybody want to have these? You know, they're silly. Moving along, okay, we went left to right from the back row there. That was the standard size Gamera, Barugon, and Zigra, circa 1970. This Gamera right here is actually a Kawada series. Hope I'm pronouncing that right. Eric, Chance, get me. He came out around 1978, 79, or 80 even. And Slash Company did have repops of him too. This was actually came from a lot that I bought on Yahoo Japan that had several different figures in it. I like that back. It's almost like a peace sign going on. He's got his markings too. His are a little different. Dai, copyright, and so you got the name Gamera in Japanese. Japan on this one. The Slash repops, they had the same markings too. You know, and it gets hard to tell the difference. Some people know certain differences. He's a harder vinyl almost, it seems like, than these guys in the back. Nevertheless, he's a cool figure. Love the sculpt on him. He's got a slightly, you know, this is a, this guy is more, not as vintage as the rest, if I can collect my words here, but, and he's more like the Pope or Poppy, like Godzilla series size. Yeah. Great figure and everything, but in my opinion, the original Nitto is better. Some people like this guy better. Some people think this guy was a big improvement. It's just all on your opinion. Now, getting to the middle here, these guys are my personal favorites. This is the Nitto Gamera. It's a mid-size. I was actually wanting to see this. This is really neat in my opinion. He actually has a child's name right on his shell there. And that's kind of common with these figures. You know, they would take them to school. These figures are small enough to put in a pocket, small enough to put in your backpack and carry along with you, you know, for the ride on the school bus, play on the playground. I used to not dig the smaller figures whatsoever, but I've recently, you know, as you age and stuff, your tastes kind of change, especially in collecting. It's a really, really popular figure here. Actually, don't usually ever get duplicates, but got a duplicate of him, so I actually have two of him. I bought in separate auctions from Japan. You see them side by side here. And see, one eye is actually different on both sides. He's got a bigger pupil on that side, both of them do. And on this side, it's a smaller pupil going on. Hope I'm articulating that good. Yeah, see that side's got a bigger eye. This side's got a smaller eye. And this one does have some writing on his feet, some marker. Still got the copyright dye though on his foot. You know, I don't mind markings. He's a little dirty too, the one on the left. I don't mind the markings really that much. I mean, this one was the first one that I got, and he had a marking on his back, and I didn't mind at all. These two mid-scale Gameras are very, very cool, very popular. Moving right along. This is the mid-scale Gyaos from Nitto. Yeah, I love the red and brown going on him. It's got like a brick brown going on. The only thing that would have been cool would have had some blue right here, you know. But that's just me, just, you know, being selfish, wanting more. Where's your copyright, buddy? There we go. Look at those little sculpts on the tail there. There's his back. Very pretty figure. And again, he's a mid-size too. You know, a lot of Japanese children would buy these things with pocket money back in the day. These were expendable toys. That's why they're kind of rare, you know, and they were expendable. Kids didn't take care of these. They played the crap out of them and got lost and moved over time. And I'm sure some of them took good care of their toys, but some didn't. Let's move along to these two Guirions here. This is the prettier one. He's got some scuffage going on, but not much. Look at that big pot-bellied, knife-headed guy there. Guirion's one of my favorites. I got these two actually together in a lot. And this one actually, you know, he's been through the ringer, I thought, and his paint was coming off. But again, Japanese kids and acrylics. He's actually got gold paint splattered on him. I don't know if the kid was going for a battle damaged look, or you wanted to paint him up like King Ghidorah maybe, and you thought that would be cool. But yeah, that's gold paint. I've just left it as is for now. One day I might repaint him, but I'm just leaving him as he is. You know, that's how he came. Even though he looks terrible in comparison to the one that's not so messed up. Mwah. That's better, right? We don't kiss, we sword fight each other, or knife at each other. Ha! Alright, moving along here. Time's slipping away. Whoops. This is the mini Nitto Gamera. I'll get him a little closer for y'all. He's small, very small. I don't know exactly the centimeters. It'd been nice to look up, but look at the detail. Even though he's small, little scrape details in the chest are just great. It's got this little engraving in there too. Really cool. Even can fit on your finger. Little black eyes. It's the shell. Alright. And we're moving along. This figure right here, I consider it vintage. It's actually 1989. This is the Bandai Gamera keychain. I think these originally came in a set with Godzilla and Daimajin, or Maijin is how he's called sometimes. It's actually really hard to find. Took me quite a while to track this little dude down. Where's your feet? $1989. It's kind of hard for me to get in there. I was trying to make sure that was right, but yeah, 1989. And the Don't let him fool you. He's got quite the detail on him too. Alright guys, I'm wrapping this up with that. Yeah. To end Gamera week, I want to just give you pretty much, you know, the Gamera figure buffet. I'll call this video. Hope you guys enjoy it. If you got any requests or anything, let me know. And always be looking for more videos. Sub and like me here at the Kaiju Cave. Sethasaurus Rexx. Do posters, do kits, do figures. Do a little bit of everything here. And just want you guys to be entertained. Alright, with that, I'm going to let you go. Peace, love, and kaijus. And we'll see you next time. Peace.